Hey, so if you're in that group of people who are currently in the middle of their exams, then chances are you're in that group of people who will be going off to university or college or whatever you call it next year. And if you're anything like me, you may be a bit overwhelmed. There's so many choices! And that's not fun. It is absolutely terrifying. I'd prefer Weeping Angels right about now. I never really knew what I wanted to do with my life. I mean, there were a lot of things I definitely didn't want to do, but I had a lot of trouble figuring out what route to take. So I went to talk to a lot of people, my family, my friends, people who were already at university, my teachers, and although it did really help me a little bit in figuring out what to do, it didn't really give me that clear an idea of what to do. So I thought, what do I actually find interesting, what do I want to do? And every time I thought about this, astrophysics kept popping into my head as something that I genuinely was interested in and still am. But I never actually went through with just going for it and picking it, and not because I was afraid it would be too difficult, but because I was afraid that I would make a wrong choice and end up wasting a lot of time, not just mine but other people's as well. So eventually I spoke to my favorite teacher, my physics teacher, appropriately as well, a man for whom I have a great deal of respect, and he convinced me that I should just go for it, that I should just try it, and although I was still rather hesitant, I went for it anyway. Now if you watched my first VEDA video, you will know that the fact that I gave you at the end was that I studied astrophysics for 4 months. Just 4 months, because I decided that it wasn't what I wanted to do. And do I feel bad about that? What am I supposed to do now?
Good morning, it's Tuesday.
And this'll do. Not really. Deciding to quit something that you put a lot of effort into and that you were actually enthusiastic about is not easy. But it simply wasn't what I wanted to do with my life, and I'm actually very glad that I decided to quit when I did. I'm very proud of having tried it, and I know that if I hadn't tried it, in years' time I would be looking back and thinking, what if? And that is something that's even more terrifying than the fear of failing. It also taught me that just because I'm interested in something and really good at it, and that doesn't mean that I have to focus fully on that, because as it turns out, that's not where my ambitions lie. Having tried something like this out and it not being what I wanted it to be, it did put things into perspective for me and made me really think, what is it I actually want to do? Not what am I interested in or what am I good at, but what do I actually want to do? And I realized the place for me is entertainment. Whether it be on stage or on screen or behind the scenes or right here on YouTube, which is just an amazing platform for people like me, it is just something I enjoy so much. I love creating things for people to enjoy, and nothing brings me more joy than seeing that something that I made, even if it's something as simple as me talking to the camera right now, if that has a positive effect on someone, nothing makes me happier. And I may have never realized this if I didn't choose a wrong course at my university. So don't worry too much about making mistakes, because you learn from your mistakes. And it's a lot worse to look back on life thinking, what if I tried that, than it is to think, I tried it, it didn't work out, because you'll be a lot prouder for having tried it. Before I go, I of course have to give you another fact, so still no theme tune. Fact number 3. I once met George Lopez and he gave me $10. It's like I entered an obscure random fact competition or something. See you tomorrow. That's probably good, yeah.